I want Blackpool next week. Really looking forward to it. Should be a good weekend as always. Although the weather is looking freezing, I'm sure it'll be windy as hell, and I'll just be so cold walking around. But once we're in the Winter Gardens in the auction, should be good fun. Had a look at the online Home in World auction special that they do, the pink one for the sales. I've got to be honest, a bit disappointed. Not necessarily in the quality of them, because I appreciate that a lot of the Belgians and the Dutch do send a lot of good quality young pigeons over, but there's not really that standout sale. I don't think. I mean, I'm a long distance man. There's no one really going for it. I think the best sales are down at the football club. I'm a little bit biased possibly because there's a Tarbes guy there called Andy Smith from Northamptonshire. He's doing a sale there. And then also the Coopers, Paul and Steve. I've had a little bit of correspondence with them, and you'll see their articles on Racing Pigeon World about their celibate cocks and celibate hens. So their sale is also down at the football club. And Herbie Thorpe's there as well, and I met Herbie in the back end of September when I went over to Ireland to see some of my friends over there, and went down there and I had a great time with him, classing him as a friend, and same as Jim Braniff, who I believe is working there, so I look forward to seeing you there, Jim. But apart from those at the football club, it seems a bit samey. Dirk Vanderbalks are bloody everywhere. I don't know how this small team man can do this, but obviously, yeah, he must have a fair few people breeding pigeons for him as well, because there's a lot of Vanderbalks about. So, be interesting to see which ones get the most money at which auctions. I think I've seen them in about 4 auctions, just flicking through. I thought I'd do some maths. So, there's 200 pages in that pink book. And I've just averaged it. It might not be bang on, but I've averaged it at 10 pigeons a page. Well, if that's 2,000 pigeons, if they average £75 each, that's 150 grand that will be spent in those auctions. I think it'll be more than that, because at sort of Stuart Wilcox's auctions, at Les Green's auctions, some of those pigeons are going to get really big money. So I'm sure it'll be in excess of that. But think what then is spent in the show itself on products and pigeons for sale in there. Think how much money is spent in the bars and the clubs and the hotels. I reckon you wouldn't be much shy of £1 million that's spent in that weekend. It'll be massive. Do you know what I mean? That might be big, because it's hard to get your head around how much money that is. But it will certainly be 500 grand, no problem at all. And they say it's a dying sport. So I just think if we channel our energies better in the actual administration of the sport, and channel our energy as well as we spend bloody money on pigeons and stuff like that, I think we could really make a big difference. One-off races are here to stay. National racing's here to stay. For me, they'd be the two things that we push and we embrace as a fancy, but we've still got to think of the little man as well. That little old boy that's been racing pigeons for 60 years and his closest club's only got 4 or 5 members. I don't care. Let him have that club. It doesn't matter, as long as you're supported and it's a viable option for him to keep racing his pigeons. I don't want to see anybody leave this sport because of 2 clubs amalgamating. That might be a bit controversial, but it's just the way I am. I think we should all be there to support each other and keep things going. And if £500,000 quid's going to be spent in Blackpool, I'm sure we can put our hands in his pockets and maybe give a little bit back into the sport. And you know what? Not even putting your hand in your pocket. Go to your meetings, support your chairman, your secretary, your presidents, whatever, and do things different. Do something that's going to ignite your club, ignite your Fed, and even further up to national level. There's some real big hitters out there that are doing some great things, and there's also a lot of people that are maybe not as well known that are really trying to help and change the sport. John Waters is one. John, I hope you see this. He's really banging the drum to help the RPRA move forward and progress into the 21st century, I suppose, really, because that's what we need if we're going to keep this sport going for forever and a day. So yeah, I look forward to seeing a few of you in Blackpool. Please come and tap me on the shoulder and say hello. I've got loads of people to meet. I don't think there's going to be enough time in the day on Saturday. No doubt I've had a few sherbets on Friday night as well, and also in the show. So yeah, it should be a great weekend. Really looking forward to it. See a few of you there. Be interesting to see your feedback on these videos. All right, great. Speak to you soon, everyone.